We have Oracle's top management here on ET Now Startup Central. In fact, Oracle is all set to unveil a startup accelerator in Bengaluru. And we have with us Shawn Price, Senior Vice President of Cloud Services at Oracle, joining us here on ET Now Startup Central. Shawn, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. As I just told our audience, you are set to unveil an accelerator in Bengaluru tomorrow. Take us through the details. What will this accelerator be all about?
Hey, thanks so much for having me. It's really exciting. You know, if you look at what's happening with Make in India and Startup India, Oracle has been invested in India for decades. I mean, we have 40,000 employees here, and what Safra Katz, our CEO, had committed to when she met with the Honorable Prime Minister Modi was to help with the startup and Make in India by investing in 9 accelerators. And these accelerators actually are going to open in Bengaluru next week, followed by Pune and Mumbai shortly thereafter. They'll include everything from technology access to mentorship, skills, and guidance in supporting the incubation of early stage companies. So we're really excited as Oracle to be able to support those important initiatives.
You know, Shawn, you're not alone. A whole host of venture funds, multinational companies, all of them are setting up accelerators. All of them are trying to woo startups here. So if you have to pitch to startups, really, why should they choose Oracle over the others?
You know, what's pretty interesting is that if you look at our cloud strategy, this is a business that's at scale. In India alone, we have 15,000 customers. And what these young startup companies can do is create a full set of either applications or platform service offerings and evolve it and offer it immediately to our install base that's in the midst of moving. This is a business that's at massive scale today. You know, 70 million subscribers use our cloud every day, doing 34 billion transactions. You imagine being a startup and saying, I can use your infrastructure to run my application. I can use platform as a service to connect it into the legacy base, and I've got over 600 apps to attach to. It's a pretty special offering in addition to the mentorship and the guidance and the technology offerings that we have. It's amazing.
All right, Shawn, tell us, I want to understand why, our startups and the startup ecosystem over here is such a crucial area of focus for Oracle.
You know, I think if you look at it, it's not necessarily startup. It's actually the entire world is shifting to cloud. What's interesting about startups is that they're having to move much faster. They're looking for how do they choose one application to carry them from an embryonic state all the way through to potentially IPO, or how do I accommodate multi-currency and multi-geo, and it really is moving quickly. I think with so many people in the population of India under 30, I think at last count 2/3 of the population, it's such an incredible source of innovation to attach and extend and unlock value. And we want to use our incubators, our accelerators, to tap into that. It's pretty exciting times for Oracle and for India in general.
Shawn, you know, Amazon is pretty well entrenched in the space that you're talking about through AWS. So how is Oracle Cloud really going to compete?
I think they're entrenched. Amazon, I think, to your question, is entrenched at the lowest level of what people are using to build cloud applications today, certainly at the development level. But what we see is a different market. We see a market that's pretty fragmented. You have companies like Amazon at the lowest end in development, and then you've got platform services and software services that the companies are tapping into. And I think that's but one small piece of the entire equation. What many of the piecemeal or fragmented players are missing is this notion of 15,000 customers in India alone to take that offering into, or how you extend existing applications and modernize. Think about it. Most of the applications that these 15,000 companies are running on have been built a decade ago. And today they need to be modernized or added to. So I think Amazon is just a piece of the solution, and certainly we work with Amazon and we work with them in any construct with Oracle, but they're only a piece part of the solution, and I think we're missing the install base for these partners who build applications to sell into.
All right, Shawn, tell us, everything put together, what are Oracle's cloud plans, so to speak, as far as the Indian market is concerned as a whole?
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's literally the perfect storm, right? You have the Indian government with Digital India. I think the infrastructure is largely commoditized, but how you create cloud services and how you enable the citizens. I think the world has moved on. I heard from the minister today about not wanting any of his constituents in his district to ever have to go to a government office again. And with such mobile connectivity, I think it's a very ambitious agenda. Digital India, Make in India, Skills India is the first part. The second part is that this change is happening. Companies are really moving to the cloud because their businesses are changing from physical goods to digital goods, and that's forcing companies to completely rethink how they work with their existing infrastructure and what they need to build for the future. It's exciting, perfect storm. Backed by almost 1 billion consumers on mobile, and I believe India ranked number 3 worldwide in e-commerce transactions last month. Really perfect storm of environmental conditions supported by a very, very strong government.
Shawn, finally, tell us about the business that you're seeing here in terms of the early adopters of cloud. I mean, is it coming from SMBs? The business mix that you're really seeing in India.
It's a big mix of the two. I think if you look today, we have many companies that are in the mid-sized market but highly valued. These are companies that are looking for predictable growth across their infrastructure. We also have some of the largest customers in the world in India using end-to-end cloud. And so what's interesting is that our customers can either decide to go on a modular journey to solve an acute pain point, or they can do an end-to-end transformation. And I would say that the total is encompassed. In our most recent Q3 earnings announcement, we announced over 350 net new ERP customers, or enterprise resource planning customers. Of those, 170 were new to Oracle. So our demand is coming from all segments and all markets, and it's a global phenomenon in addition to what's occurring here in India.
All right, Shawn, we will let it go at that. Shawn Price, Senior Vice President of Cloud at Oracle, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on ET Now Startup Central.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.